My neighbor spends every Saturday in her garden from April through October, spraying, staking, deadheading, dividing, replacing things that did not make it through winter. I spend 3 hours a year on my perennial beds, total across the entire growing season. She has never once believed me when I tell her that.
Here is the thing. I am not a better gardener than she is. I just stopped planting high-maintenance plants and started planting plants that take care of themselves. Plants that bloom without deadheading, come back without replanting, spread slowly without taking over, handle drought without asking you for anything. 7 perennials, 3 hours a year. That is the entire deal. Number 1 on this list has been on the market for over 30 years, and nothing the breeders have introduced since has replaced it. Stay with me, and if this is useful, subscribe before we get to number 7.
Number 7 is the plant you have seen in every hospital courtyard, every parking lot median, and every municipal garden from Maine to California. And there is a very specific reason for that. Black-eyed Susan, Rudbeckia fulgida goldstorm, named Plant of the Year in 1999. 24 to 30 inches tall, golden yellow daisy flowers around a dark chocolate brown center cone. Blooms July through October. 4 solid months of color without you doing a single thing. The reason it is in every commercial landscape in America is not because landscape architects are unimaginative. It is because Goldstorm works in any soil that drains, in light from full sun to half shade, in almost any climate from zone 3 through 9. It does not need dividing for years. It does not need spraying. It does not need staking. It does not need deadheading, though cutting spent stems in late October takes about 4 minutes per plant.
Here is the bonus nobody talks about. Leave the seed heads standing through winter. Goldfinches and chickadees will work them every cold morning from November through February. You get 4 months of flowers and 3 months of birds from one plant that asks for nothing. Plant 5 divisions in a row in April. By August of next year, you have a drift of gold that looks like you spent every weekend on it. Total annual maintenance, 20 minutes. Number 6 gives you 5 months of violet blue with one 15-minute job in June. Salvia May Night, Salvia sylvestris, Plant of the Year 1997. 18 inches tall, dense violet blue flower spikes from late May through June. While everything else in your garden is still waking up, May Night is already at full color. Here is the lazy trick that doubles your bloom season. After the first flush finishes in mid-June, take a pair of head shears and cut the top third off the entire plant. The whole thing, 15 minutes of work. 3 weeks later, you get a full second wave that runs through August. Keep light deadheading through August, and you sometimes pull a third flush in September. 5 months of violet blue from one 18-inch plant. One cutting job, 15 minutes. Deer ignore it completely. Drought does not phase it once established. Bumblebees swarm every single spike from May through September. I have counted 7 on one flower spike at once. The variety name matters here. May Night and Caradonna are the 2 with documented long bloom track records. Unnamed Salvia sylvestris at the garden center may or may not perform the same way. Always ask for the variety name before you buy. Number 5 is the daylily that retired with my parents in 1994 and is still blooming in their garden today. Stella de Oro, hemerocallis. 12 inches tall, buttery yellow trumpet flowers 2.5 inches across. Each individual flower lasts 1 day. The plant produces them continuously from late May through October, 5 straight months of yellow from one crown. The American Hemerocallis Society awarded Stella de Oro their highest breeding honor in 1985. 40 years later, it is still the best-selling daylily in America. Not because gardeners have no other options, because nothing else at that price point and that size performs this reliably for this long. USDA zones 3 through 9, cold hardy to 40 below 0 Fahrenheit, heat hardy to zone 9, drought proof once established. Deer mostly pass it, disease mostly passes it. Plant 3 crowns in April. Cut back the spent flower stalks once in November. 10 minutes total. That is your entire annual maintenance schedule. 5 months of bloom every year for the next 2 decades. From a $12 plant. My parents planted theirs the year I graduated high school. They have divided them twice and given divisions to every neighbor on their street. The original crowns are still there. Still blooming, still asking for nothing.
Quick one before number 4. My grandfather had a phrase he used whenever someone called him lazy about his farm. He said, "A lazy farmer is just a smart farmer who has run his numbers." He had one paddock at the back of his property, 5 acres sloping down to a creek. He seeded it with clover in 1979 and never reseeded it. 40 years later, that clover was still coming up every spring on its own. He would lean on the fence rail with a coffee cup and say, "That is the easiest 5 acres I ever owned." People in town called him lazy. He retired at 62, debt-free.
Number 4 was named Plant of the Year in 2007, and the breeder was wrong about one thing on the label. Catmint Walker's Low, Nepeta racemosa, Plant of the Year 2007. Named low because the breeder thought it stayed low. The breeder was wrong. It grows to 24 inches. But the bloom time is what earned it the award. Clouds of lavender blue flower spikes from late April through October. 6 months of bloom with 2 cutbacks per season. Cut it back by half in late June after the first flush. 20 minutes work, and it comes back fuller and more floriferous than before. Cut again in September if needed. That is your entire annual job.
Drought tolerant once established, deer resistant. Bumblebees swarm every flower spike from May through September without fail. Plant it along a path or driveway edge where you walk past it daily. Brushing against the foliage releases a clean herbal fragrance that carries for several feet. One important note, Walker's Low can spread and flop at the edges over time. If that bothers you, choose Cat's Pajamas instead. Compact version, same bloom period, same fragrance, half the size, no flopping. Same 6 months of color for a fraction of the space. Either way, 6 months of lavender blue from one plant, 2 haircuts a year. That is running your numbers.
Number 3, I have covered before on this channel, but for a completely different reason. Last time, I told you what not to buy. This time, I am telling you exactly what to buy instead. Echinacea purpurea, the plain species coneflower. Not hot papaya, not Cheyenne Spirit, not any of the fancy orange and red hybrids I warned you about in a previous video. The species, the original, the boring one with the purple-pink petals and the orange-brown center cone that has been growing in American prairies for thousands of years before anyone put it in a nursery pot. Mount Cuba Center tested 75 echinacea varieties over multiple years. The species form and a small handful of straight cultivars were the only consistently long-lived performers. Most fancy hybrids did not survive 3 winters.